Did you know McLaren builds their $305,000 720S in just 12 hours, blending speed, precision, and ultimate luxury? While other luxury brands may take weeks to build their cars, McLaren's streamlined process blends artistry and technology to deliver unparalleled results in record time. But what's a better way to truly understand how McLaren crafts a $305,000 supercar in just 12 hours than taking you inside their state-of-the-art production center? If you were ever asked what the true essence of the McLaren 720S is, look no further than the carbon fiber monocoque. It's the heart, the backbone, the quintessential piece. But what exactly is it made of? And how does McLaren craft it all together? Blink and you'll miss the magic. Also referred to as the Monocage 2, this lightweight yet super strong structure is made entirely from carbon fiber. Yes, a material praised for its exceptional strength-to-weight ratio. The monocoque takes advantage of this quirk to serve as the central chassis for the vehicle, integrating not just the passenger compartment, but also acting as a rigid foundation for performance and safety. It makes the 720S a very agile and durable car, especially in crash protection, all while keeping the overall weight remarkably low. Curious about how McLaren pieces it all together? The creation of this engineering marvel begins with the selection of raw carbon fiber. To ensure every piece is cut to the exact dimensions required, sheets of the material are meticulously prepared and carefully hand-laid by skilled technicians in neat, precise patterns to maximize strength and stiffness. Robots also assist in cutting the panels, ensuring perfect alignment and reducing even the slightest margin for error. Why, you ask? It's all about orientation. The importance of aligning each layer cannot be overstated, as it determines the structure's ability to withstand stress. Once the layers are perfectly arranged, the stack is infused with resin, which is essential for binding the fibers together and providing structural integrity. The resin not only holds the carbon fibers in place, but also enhances their ability to withstand stress and distribute loads evenly. This composite is then placed into a highly engineered mold designed to shape it into the intricate, aerodynamic form that defines the Monocage 2. The final piece of the puzzle to achieve its final structure is putting the mold through high pressure and heat treatment in an autoclave. There, the carbon fiber is cured under extreme conditions, where high temperatures and pressure eliminate any air pockets and solidify the resin. Another thing to note about the 720S's making is that the technicians still scrutinize the monocoque after emerging from the autoclave. They even employ cutting-edge scanning technology to verify that every aspect of the monocoque aligns with McLaren's exacting design specifications. Amazing, right? McLaren is not the only manufacturer that uses hand-laid carbon. Other high-performance and luxury car manufacturers, such as Ferrari, Lamborghini, Koenigsegg, and Pagani, also employ hand-laid carbon fiber in their vehicles. But McLaren are among the pioneers and one of the few to perfect the process. What truly sets them apart is their extensive use of human craftsmanship and robotic precision. It ensures every 720S is in prime condition, with minimal margin for error, if not zero. But here's the thing. The magic doesn't stop once the monocoque is complete. Matter of fact, it's only the beginning. With the carbon fiber monocoque serving as the foundation of the McLaren 720S, wouldn't you say it's only fitting that the beating heart of the car matches its revolutionary design? Enter the twin-turbocharged V8 engine of the 720S, an engineering masterpiece that not only leaves its competitors in the dust, but also, quite literally, makes the car roar. Power? Check. This hand-assembled twin-turbo V8 engine is capable of producing a staggering 710 horsepower and 568 lb-ft of torque. But let's talk about speed, because let's be honest, no one invests in a McLaren to crawl along the highway. You'll be thrilled to know that its engine propels the 720S from 0 to 60 mph in a blistering 2.8 seconds. Numbers like that don't just beat its rivals, it obliterates them. Ferraris, Lamborghinis, and Porsches, all iconic in their own right, will still struggle to match the raw speed, precise throttle response, and high revving exhilaration that McLaren's engine provides. It's a weapon on the track and a work of art on the road. Only few can truly balance brute force with smooth refinement like the British automaker. But how does McLaren manage to create an engine that combines so much power with top reliability? There must be a trade secret we're missing. After combing through the automaker's methods, we were able to deduce it boils down to the meticulous assembly process. First off, it's worth mentioning that McLaren doesn't actually manufacture the M840T engine in-house. Instead, the British engineering firm Ricardo handles its production, delivering the completed units to McLaren's Woking headquarters for installation. Still, the team at Woking has such a hands-on role in the process that the engine feels entirely their own. Before the finished engine gets to McLaren, production begins at Ricardo's facility with the precision machining of the aluminum engine block and other key components, such as the forged crankshafts, pistons, and connecting rods. These parts are designed to withstand extreme conditions without the extra baggage of added weight. This complements the 720S's performance-focused design. Once the components are manufactured, though, the assembly process starts with skilled technicians carefully fitting the crankshaft, pistons, and connecting rods into the block. The twin turbochargers are then installed and calibrated to provide the high boost levels necessary to achieve the engine's 710 horsepower output. Quality is a centerpiece of McLaren's values, and that's why each engine, after assembly, goes through rigorous testing, like sustained high RPM scenarios, to validate its performance under simulated real-world conditions. Another crucial test McLaren carries out is wide-open throttle runs, or WOT for short. It's a condition where the throttle of an engine is fully open, allowing the maximum amount of air and fuel mixture to enter the engine's combustion chambers. It forces the engine to produce its maximum output, thus simulating extreme driving conditions and how the engine can handle it without failure. The ones who pass the efficiency and reliability test are then shipped to McLaren's production facility for integration into the 720S. Advanced diagnostic tools are also used to measure everything from torque specifications to internal clearances to eliminate the possibility of engine failure under extreme conditions. Okay, so now that the twin-turbo V8 engines are complete and ready for action, the next step in the building process is coupling together all the parts we just talked about. McLaren refers to the marriage, the critical moment when the engine is joined to the carbon fiber monocoque. Get it? Like a literal marriage, two distinct parts are joined together to form one. But it's more than the adhesion. It's about creating a cohesive structure that functions as one, where each component needs the other to work. And yes, this is where the company's engineering truly shines. The coupling is carried out with extreme precision by robots who use their advanced arms programmed to position each part within millimeter tolerances. They ensure the engine and chassis are perfectly aligned to influence the car's handling, stability, and overall dynamics. How does this happen? Once the engine is carefully aligned with the monocoque, skilled technicians step in to bolt the two together. The fastening process requires exacting attention, as even the slightest misalignment can lead to uneven weight distribution, affecting cornering stability and overall driving dynamics. There are a lot of benefits for this, but the essence is to ensure the engine is securely mounted with minimal flex or movement to maintain the integrity of the car's handling characteristics during high-speed maneuvers. It's also important to note that the placement of the engine within the monocoque plays a big role in the car's center of gravity, which directly affects straight-line performance and cornering. Well aware of the criticality, McLaren ensures the marriage, just like all other steps, is rigorously tested. They check the car's structural alignment and integrity to ensure the car's dynamics are optimized. Looking back, McLaren's approach to the marriage is one of the key ways they stand out from its competitors. Other manufacturers use precision in engine and chassis integration, but McLaren takes things up a notch by synergizing robotics and expert human oversight. With the former, they're capable of achieving millimeter-accurate alignment to ensure unparalleled consistency in a level of automation that many of its competitors can dream of. Why? Because they rely heavily on manual labor for alignment, which, while still effective, increases the margin for human error. Remember when we mentioned the 720's monocoque directly impacts the car's center of gravity? Competitors like Lamborghini and Ferrari prefer to optimize elements like stability and handling, while McLaren focuses on weight-saving and perfect balance, which often leads to superior performance in terms of cornering ability and agility. This holistic approach ensures the 720S is not just another supercar, but a finely tuned machine that pushes the boundaries of what performance cars can achieve. Has your mind been blown away yet? Just wait till we mention how the body of the 720S is sculpted. If there's one thing McLaren puts their body and soul in, it has to be crafting body panels. Every piece of it is carefully crafted and with purpose. The British automaker uses lightweight aluminum and carbon fiber to ensure one thing, and no, it's not aesthetics. Sure, McLaren makes beautiful cars, some of the best in the world, but it's more than just beauty. Keep watching to see the big picture. So aluminum is lightweight and bendable, right? The material allows McLaren to craft intricate curves and lines that define the car's aggressive yet elegant profile. Carbon fiber is just as important. It adds strength without reducing overall weight. Both of the material choices come together to bolster aerodynamics. The shaping process, though executed by humans, is brilliant. Carbon fiber panels are first hand-laid with precision before being cured in high-pressure autoclaves, which ensures a flawless finish, eliminating air pockets that could compromise structural integrity. And no, the entire process is far from slow. While the carbon fiber panels are in the autoclave, aluminum panels are simultaneously pressed into shape using state-of-the-art hydraulic machinery. Speaking of shapes, to ensure the body is aerodynamic, every design vent, curve, and contour is rigorously tested using wind tunnels and computational fluid dynamics to reduce drag and maximize downforce. Functional air intakes is also inculcated into the design, channeling airflow for cooling and performance enhancement. Features like the active rear spoiler and dihedral doors also help the vehicle's aerodynamics. Anyway, once these panels have been shaped and well polished, the panels are hand-fitted to the carbon fiber monocoque. Skilled technicians ensure perfect alignment, checking for uniform gaps and precise connections. Though robots are sometimes used in alignment, it's the human arms that truly bear the brunt of the work. Can you see how McLaren's approach in crafting the 720S's body panels really sets them apart from many competitors? Their meticulous process, though labor-intensive, doesn't compromise production speed. Matter of fact, they're way faster than the competition. Make sure to stay until the end to know how McLaren compares to other automakers. Okay, we've talked about the carbon fiber monocoque, the use of aluminum material, the engine, the marriage, and even the exterior sculpture. So can you guess what comes next? Here's a hint. It's one of the most unappreciated parts of the McLaren 720S. McLaren's paint process combines artistry and precision, with layers of color and clear coat applied to perfection. Each 720S undergoes an intricate multi-stage painting process that guarantees high-quality aesthetics, durability, and performance. How does it start? Surface preparation. First things first. The aluminum and carbon fiber body panels are thoroughly cleaned to remove any contaminants that might compromise paint adhesion. Secondly, sanding is applied to create a slightly rough texture that lets the primer to bond effectively. But before we talk about priming, it's pivotal to note that the sanding step is crucial. Even the slightest oversight here can ripple through the entire process, leading to imperfections in the final finish. McLaren is very meticulous about it and ensures it's inch perfect before applying a high-quality primer, not just as an anchor for subsequent paint layers, but also as an additional layer of protection against corrosion and environmental wear. Now that the surface has been perfectly prepared, the next logical thing to do is the application of the base coat, which establishes the car's primary color. This isn't as simple as spraying a single layer and calling it a day. Each McLaren 720S is base coated in multiple layers to ascertain consistent coverage and depth. But what about bespoke finishes that are more complex? Custom colors like Aurora Blue or Papaya Spark require more layers than simple colors. So in situations like these, McLaren's painters have to apply more caution when applying the base coat. No one wants a car with uneven undertones. Special techniques such as blending and shading are used to create dynamic effects that change under different lighting conditions. But guess what? The final piece of the puzzle hasn't even occurred yet. After base coating, blending, and shading, 3 layers of a high-gloss, protective lacquer are sprayed onto the panels. Why? To serve as barrier against scratches, road debris, and UV rays, and also enhance the visual appeal of the 720s. Say what you will about McLaren, but the automaker has one of the best facilities in the industry. They use precise temperature and humidity settings to harden the paint layers, a curing technique used to maintain the car's luxurious gloss over time. Compared to competitors, McLaren's painting process stands out not just for its craftsmanship, but also customization. McLaren offers her customers an impressive array of over 30 standard colors, which each shade fashioned to enhance the curves and contours of the cars. Still not impressed? How about the McLaren Special Operations Program? It allows for custom colors, unique effects, and personalized detailing. This level of thoughtful personalization places the customer in the driving seat, where they can autonomously choose how they want to roll out in their luxury vehicle. Again, this is a stark contrast from competitors like Porsche and Ferrari. Through MSO, customers can create unique designs, from gradient fades to intricate patterns, ensuring their 720S is truly one of a kind. Another thing worth pointing out is McLaren's choice of lightweight aluminum and carbon fiber. The primers and paints they use adhere perfectly and are incredibly resistant to UV damage, scratches, and environmental wear. Perfect for performance cars that operate at extreme speeds. So whenever you see a McLaren 720S cruising on a highway, always remember the innovation, craftsmanship, and dedication put into the masterpiece. But speaking of masterpieces, there's a reason why people say the 720S is more than a luxury car. Every inch of its interior reflects the company's commitment to precision, quality, and personalization. Remember the 30 color paint options? McLaren took the feature up a notch by allowing every customer to choose from a wide array of premium materials, including the finest leathers, Alcantara, and carbon fiber trims. Apart from the wide variety of different seat options, from full leather to sportier, racing-inspired trims, the seats can even be tailored to the individual's body shape to bolster comfort and support during high-speed maneuvers. Wouldn't you agree such a degree of customization ensures that the car is molded to the driver's individual taste? What's more, the quality of materials used in the interior of the 720S is head and shoulders above the competition. Take, for instance, leather. McLaren doesn't just use an A-grade material that appears luxurious. It's the highest possible grade, soft to the touch, yet durable enough to withstand daily use. Plus, it's also combined with Alcantara, a suede-like texture that's incredibly resistant to wear and tear. It's famously used in sports cars to improve grip and control during high-performance driving, especially on the steering wheel and seats. Alcantara is also favored for its ability to absorb moisture and reduce glare, which contributes to a more comfortable and safe driving experience. Before we talk about the driver-centric design of the 720s, have you ever seen its interior up close? One look is enough to notice the crisp attention to detail, even in areas that may seem insignificant on paper. But why is that? You see, though precision and technology are crucial pillars of the McLaren 720's exterior and performance, the same attention to detail is applied inside. Instead of using robots to mindlessly weave their magic, expert artisans hand-stitch each piece of upholstery, whether it's the seats, the steering wheel, or the door panels. Whether you're a big fan of McLaren or not, you've just got to admit they stand out from the competition. Other automakers use carbon fiber for structural purposes, but McLaren prefers theirs as a design element. It's used for the center console, door panels, and dashboard. Regarding the driver-centric design we teased earlier, the controls in the cockpit are ergonomic. Each function or button, especially in the steering wheel, are within reach, further immersing the driver in the harmoniously tactile environment. But guess what? The fun doesn't just stop with the materials, it extends to the atmosphere. The sound in the cabin, for instance, was designed in a manner where the driver can enjoy the soundtrack of the engine without any unpleasant road noise. The placement of the speakers and soundproofing also ensure the cabin remains a haven for the driver. While most luxury cars take days or weeks to build, McLaren's production efficiency is off the charts. Their production center in Woking, England, produces a 720S in approximately 12 hours. That amounts to 2 in a day, a stark contrast from other manufacturers like Ferrari, whose assembly process is notably longer. Each new Ferrari takes about 3 months to assemble, from the casting of the engine to the final touches. Just think about it for a second. In the time it takes Ferrari to assemble one car, which is approximately 3 months, McLaren could produce 180 cars given their 12-hour production timeline per vehicle. Can you imagine that? We also have to praise McLaren's use of less labor-intensive materials and processes. You'd be hard-pressed to find any other manufacturer that achieves the same level of weight optimization and aerodynamic refinements like McLaren, especially without sacrificing build quality. But is it even a surprise? From its founding in 1963 by New Zealand racing driver Bruce McLaren, the British automaker has been a name synonymous with high-performance sports cars and Formula One racing. It boasts one of the richest histories in the industry, tied to innovation, engineering excellence, and a relentless pursuit of speed. In 1966, McLaren unveiled the M6A, a car that dominated the Can-Am series and highlighted the team's engineering excellence. Not even Bruce McLaren's tragic death in 1970 could derail the company from stardom. They transitioned to Formula One and secured the Drivers' Championship in 1974 with Emerson Fittipaldi. But it's in the 1980s that McLaren really shone like a million stars. Famously hailed as a Formula One innovator, one of the most amazing things in McLaren's rich history was the introduction of the McLaren MP Force One in 1981. Why? Because it was the very first Formula One car to feature a carbon fiber monocoque chassis, a game-changing development that would later shape the future of motorsport. Prior to her creation, race cars were either built with steel or aluminum frames, which were either heavy or far from durable. Then came the carbon fiber monocoque of the MP4 Mar1 that not only made the car significantly lighter, but also much stronger and safer. It improved the structural integrity of the vehicle, reduced the likelihood of catastrophic failures during crashes, and protected drivers from the high-risk nature of Formula One racing. Like that wasn't already great enough, the carbon fiber monocoque also made the MP4 Mar1 more agile and responsive on the track. With this technological leap, including in aerodynamics, McLaren not only dominated the 1980s by clinching several drivers' and constructors' championships, but also changed way race cars were built, forever. They swept the 90s with the BMW V12 engines and became the fastest production car in the world, setting a standard for performance that influenced rivals. But the purple patch came to an abrupt end in the new millennium. Though the team remained competitive, with standout performances from drivers like Lewis Hamilton, who won the Drivers' Championship in 2008, the competition was fierce and sometimes eclipsed McLaren's dominance. Luckily for them, though, the partnership with Mercedes-Benz proved fruitful. In 2010, McLaren re-entered the supercar market with the launch of the MP412C, its first new road car since the iconic F1. The model received widespread acclaim and repositioned McLaren as a serious player in the high-performance automotive sector. Building on this legacy of innovation, McLaren has applied its Formula One expertise to revolutionize supercar production at its Woking facility. Slowly but surely, the automotive industry has been pivoting towards hybrid and electric models, but McLaren is already a step ahead. They're currently on a quest to prove that the electrification of supercars doesn't always have to sacrifice luxury or quality. Take, for instance, McLaren's first series production hybrid supercar, the Artura. It was designed with electric motors that seamlessly works together with a powerful twin-turbo V6 engine. Imagine cruising at blistering speeds of 330 km/h whilst reducing its environmental footprint. But guess what? It's only the tip of the iceberg. McLaren is already investing heavily in cutting-edge technologies to create all-electric supercars that'll remain true to the brand's philosophy and DNA. Lightweight design cars with aerodynamic efficiency. Future models aim to achieve charging times under 10 minutes and battery ranges exceeding 500 kilometers, positioning McLaren at the forefront of EV performance. So again, McLaren is in an awesome position moving forward. In an industry where advanced technology can be obsolete in a jiffy, it's forward-thinking initiatives like these that keep brands ahead of the curve and peers. Good luck to the competition, though. They'll be catching McLaren's dust if they don't gear up. Would McLaren's production techniques continue to set standards for the luxury automotive industry for years to come? Keep the conversation going in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you'll be the first to know whenever we release an award video like this.